It's funny, too, because you wouldn't know it, but we're 3,000 miles apart.
This is magic of television, 2021 style. I love it. I love it. And we didn't know that we were wearing the exact same, like, color palette. We were, like, matching. Look at this. It's like a grayish fantasy.
That being said, I am freaking out over your shoes. It was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh, wow, those are good shoes.
They're Rick Owens, and I like have them in like 7 different colors because I'm obsessed with them.
I mean, you really do have such phenomenal style, and I've been watching your YouTube videos for your beauty tutorials.
Yeah, that's a new venture.
Tell me all about this, because I think this is really awesome.
Well, I mean, you know, I've always worn makeup, and I remember being like a kid in the 90s, and it was so taboo for a boy to wear makeup, except for a couple rock stars that I saw on television. I remember seeing Dave Navarro on TV in his eyeliner, remember?
Of course.
His eyeliner and his nail polish, and I was like, that is so cool. That's so me. And I was always playing with makeup at home and doing it on other people. And then I just slowly got into it in my 20s more and more. And I actually worked as a makeup artist for a few years before I ever got any gigs. So I made a choice at some point around like 24. I'm like, okay, I want to be a performer. So I'm kind of move away from makeup. But it was like a side gig for me. It was my being a waiter before anything happened.
Well, and you're so good at it.
Thanks.
I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Ruby.
Hello.
I think you have some beauty questions, actually.
We do. I do. So it is like rapid fire. So I'm going to ask them really quickly. So you're going to have to give me an answer right away within 60 seconds.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yes. I'm ready. Adam, let's do this together.
60 seconds.
Yay!
So I'm going to read them really quickly. Adam, what's the secret to a smoky eye?
Use your fingers
Ooh,
after the liner.
Yes. Drew, what's one makeup product that's always in your purse?
Concealer.
Adam, what's hotter for a night out? Red lip or high shine gloss?
It depends on the eye. Smoky eye, nude lip, light eye, red lip.
Agree.
Love it. Drew, how can I prevent mascara from clumping?
Use Flower Beauty's Warrior Princess Mascara. It never flakes. It does it.
Absolutely.
I will send you some, Adam.
Okay, great.
Adam, how often should I be washing my makeup brushes?
I mean, they say once a week, but I'm terrible at it, so wash them more than me, please.
Okay. Drew, what is one beauty product worth splurging on?
I say more skincare than makeup.
Yes.
If you're going to spend money, do it on skincare.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I agree.
Now, I want to talk about Clash of the Cover Bands. Now, this is a Jimmy Fallon produced show with his production company. And I watched the first episode. First of all, Twitch, who's so amazing, is the MC. And then, oh my gosh, Meghan Trainor, hello, one of my favorite all-time, Nantucket girl, which is the coolest. I was watching it, and I'd like to say something to you, which is, I'm so glad that you gave constructive criticism, because I feel like when I'm watching those shows, everybody wants a boost of confidence, very, very kind. But what I really want to see is help and guidance. Yeah. How do you have the confidence? Because your constructive criticism is really good. What is your process?
Well, I mean, I'm an Aquarius, so I am like super analytical. I'm always trying to break things down. So as I'm watching, I'm breaking it down. But then once I have those ideas of what could be improved upon, I also put myself in their shoes. I was a contestant on a singing show. You gotta wrap it up in a nice way, in a way that doesn't offend them, in a way that doesn't throw them off guard, in a way that feels helpful. So I think it's using that empathy with the analyzation. That's the process. You know, the other thing is that we had some real talent on the stage. I mean, there were some of the acts that the three of us were just blown away by. I mean, real iconic impersonations that we're talking about. Like, people that you do like a double take, and you're like, wait, what? You know, and it wasn't until they got a little closer to the edge of the stage that you went, okay, you're not Britney Spears, you're not J-Lo. I mean, it was wild.
Is it true that you used to work on a cruise ship?
That was one job of many jobs, and yeah, I was like 19. So I worked on it for 10 months as still a teenager when I got hired, and it was a very surreal experience. It was sort of a little bit like a college dorm. It was performing for a lot of senior citizens on this cruise line. It was kind of geared towards them. But they loved the show, the audiences loved the show, and I got to sing a lot of amazing music and see the world, so it was a lot of fun.
And where was your favorite place that you got taken on this beautiful odyssey?
Well, I mean, that was the one thing about it was I was 19. I had just come out of the closet. I was like raring to go out and party and socialize. But being an older cruise line clientele, we would get to a port at 6 a.m. and leave at 6 p.m. So I could never go out. It was like day trips only. We were in New York on September 7th.
Oh,
of
really?
2000. Yeah. And we were stranded outside of Boston during the whole thing. It was a wild time. It was really crazy.
I'm going to parlay this right over to Ruby because you have a question that when I heard what your question was, I was so curious for the answer. So please ask it.
Sure. So my question to Adam is, if you were not a singer-songwriter, what would you be doing with your life? What else would you be doing?
You know, I've always been a creative person. I would probably go into some sort of design. I would make clothes or makeup or like interiors or something visual.
I love that.